What's up, SacVibes viewers? It's Greg with the Community Engagement Team, and today we have a special treat. We're going to be learning about the Street to Housing program. Here's my colleague Yayan, who will give us a high-level overview of the program.
Hi, my name is Yayan Isle, and I'm the City of Sacramento's Housing Manager in the City Manager's Office of Innovation and Economic Development. The Office of Innovation and Economic Development, in partnership with the City's Department of Community Response, submitted an application for the Governor's Encampment Resolution Grant Fund in early 2024 to pilot a program that would move people straight from the street living in encampments into housing. We were supported by Clutch Consulting Company, who have done this approach in many cities across the U.S., but not in California. In the fall of 2024, the city was awarded the grant funds to pilot this program.
Just hours ago, Governor Gavin Newsom announced more than $130 million for counties to tackle the homeless crisis.
Sacramento received the largest grant with more than $18 million and was picked for a pilot program.
My name is Brian Pedro. I am the director for the Department of Community Response for the City of Sacramento. We need a program that fits the needs of every individual that is on our street, and some are emergency shelter and they need that baby step to get them off the street to get stabilized. Some are congregate settings because they aren't ready to be independent and on their own and need the community around them. Some are ready for permanent housing, some need permanent supportive housing. So this is yet another lane and another avenue for us to have available in our continuum, our housing continuum. We need all of it.
The four main components of the Street to Housing program are street outreach, landlord engagement, rental assistance payment, and housing stabilization case management. The approach and the premise is simple. Street outreach goes out to encampment site locations. We work with clients living in these encampments. The landlord engagement unit location finds units for these clients. They move into housing. Rent is supported for 12 to 24 months, and we have a provider who then continues to work with clients while they're in stable housing to help find a permanent housing location once the rental subsidy has ended.
We are going to be the first in the state, we're told, pilot project to help at least 100 people go from the streets themselves and encampments into permanent housing.
$6 million will subsidize rent for 2 years in a pilot program.
It's either going to be a success or we're going to have egg on our face. I can tell you that we are going to make every effort for this to be a success. We are going to be the lead a year from now on look what Sacramento did.
This program, it was a risk, but again, it was a calculated risk, and I don't have egg on my face. We made this program successful, and we'll continue to push ahead with this and push the envelope for our city to get as many people off the street as we can.
Okay, now that you have that high-level overview of the Street to Housing program, let's meet the city's outreach team, which is housed in DCR, the Department of Community Response.
I'm Sarah. I work with DCR, outreach worker. Been on this project for, maybe the last 8 months.
And I'm Rob, DCR, NRC1. I'm all over. I've been in and out this project, since the beginning, pretty much. Every time I'm on it, I always have fun. It's always something new and exciting. I used to be homeless myself, in my younger days. So for me to sit here and actually talk about that, use that as a way to connect with individuals like, hey, I used to be out here. I know how it is. I know what you're going through. Look where I'm at right now.
I'm Noah. I work with Hope Cooperative, and I am on the HOP outreach team. We do homeless outreach. Yeah, I got into this line of work after just not really being happy with doing sales and just being in a line of work I didn't find it that much purpose in. I grew up with parents that were heavily involved in social work and nonprofit, and that really solidified in me like a value to care for people and to really help people,
I get really emotional when you ask me how I ended up doing this kind of work. My name is Tracy Knickerbocker, and I work for Hope Cooperative. And what got me in this line of work is I had a workman's comp injury back in 1992, 93, and I got involved in drugs, untreated mental health, and I ended up homeless in 2000. So from 2000 until 2010, I lived on the American River and the Sacramento River. 10 years ago, in 2015, I started working for Sac Steps Forward, and I found my passion in doing outreach with the homeless.
Yeah, so today we're going to take you out to Arcade Creek. It's up in North Sacramento, pretty busy spot. Over 50 people kind of spread out within a large area. It kind of passes through the Northern Bike Trail area, which is our main project area for the funding.
Right.
So we'll be going out there. We're going to mostly just do some follow-ups to people, just check in on them. Hope Cooperative brings out snacks and water to hand out, so we'll do that.
Some people that camp there on the regular, you know, they might leave first thing in the morning to go grocery shopping, whatever personal errands they have. Some people might not come. They might be, you know, they'll come in the evening time. And some people just varies. You know, they camp there, but they're gone throughout the day, come back every other day.
So we go out every single day, different times, like Rob explained. And for a whole week, we'll do that. And we'll check off whenever we see someone every day. And by the end of the week, we'll go over that list. And if we saw someone 4 out of the 5 days, we consider that someone who's consistently staying at that site, and then they're eligible for our project. We're trying to target people who are staying at that identified location so that we can house them and then ideally clear that area by the end of the project.
Let's make today a great day.
Whenever we go out and do outreach, we try to take as many supplies as we can. So today, you know, we got some socks, some chapstick in there. We're gonna pass out some warm socks. We got some hygiene stuff and survival gear. So like we got like bug repellent, some cleaning wipes for people, some deodorant, some toothpaste and toothbrush, med kits in there too. And then we got a bunch of snacks in here, right? A couple of boxes of Narcan too, you know. So in case an individual requests it, we can pass those out. And then obviously if we ever run into someone that is overdosing in the unfortunate event, you know, we have something there to hopefully prevent them from ODing while the police is coming. Or
Lou is one of our OG case managers for this project, so she's been with us since the very beginning.
Nice.
Yeah. So she's working with the majority of our clients from the older sites, but she has a couple that she's working with.
Okay.
So prior to this, we was doing it off of Arcade Creek in Marysville, much more smaller. So that's when we got our first experience with the creek. Some people will travel back and forth, but this creek has been here for quite some time. Granted, the entity that take care of the creek has done enforcement countless times, but they still keep coming back. You know, so this is pretty much
Ground zero.
This is ground zero pretty much for this creek area.
so we've gotten different vibes at different camps. This one's been really chill for the most part. You know, everyone's engaging and kind here, and we don't have problems. So the Sac Street Med team's gonna go meet with a woman down there.
Okay.
She's a 73-year-old. She is blind and can't walk, and she can only sit up. She's been in that structure under the bridge for over 2 months without leaving, and so very vulnerable. We're trying to get her into housing right now.
Oh, yeah. You need it, right? Is it working now?
Doctors with organizations like Street Medicine provide medical services to those in need in this area.
Now that we've been in this project site for a while, people are very aware that we're going to be out here every day. So like you saw, a lot of people met us here.
Yeah, they came
were
up to you.
expecting us.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. That way it shows that we have rapport with them, and they're being proactive about making this work and making it happen.
Yeah.
And down there,
Uh-huh.
his name's Chris. We were homeless out here together. I thought I
Wow.
recognized him.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool. We were homeless together. We lived under the bridge together, and I just put it out there, and they're just really happy to see me and that I'm doing really well. Because when I was out here, I had untreated mental illness, and my symptoms were triggered and exasperated by all the methamphetamine that I was consuming, and also the lifestyle of living homeless also causes a lot of issues, and all of that just made be a ball of rage.
Right.
Today we had one community health up here, which we're not partnered with, but they come out and do sac medicine in the streets and stuff. Like they had a van out here helping people with wound care and kind of basic medical needs. So it kind of drew a bunch of people up here, and then we got to see them out here since they're already up on the levee.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to like hike down into the creek though and go up to their tents and try to wake them up and stay respectful of their space, but still like let them know we're here.
Right,
So it kind of worked out today. Some of the people we were looking for were already up on the levee.
And I think some of them knew we were going to be coming out today. Like the case managers kind of gave them a heads up. Because the case managers are coming out today to talk about housing options. We're getting a lot of stuff done today, and this is going to kind of the last steps before we can actually start scheduling move-ins, which is great. We're going to head over here. So this is a part of our second phase of the project. But we have one of the folks that typically stays over there. She sometimes stays over here.
Okay.
So we're just going to go to try to connect with her because she hasn't talked to her case manager yet. We were able to transfer her to the DMV yesterday, and so the next part is to talk to her about her housing options. So.
Okay. Yeah. Lead the way.
There's sometimes a loose dog over here. Just be cautious of that.
Okay.
Good morning, it's Hope Cooperative in the city. Is anybody home?
The folks that were living down here were not comfortable being on camera, so we're not going to show them.
We're going to go down over here to locate some individuals who are eligible for the program. So we're going to go make announcements, let them know that they are on our list.
The folks living in this area also were not comfortable being on camera, so we're just going to leave them be and head back to meet up with the rest of the team.
Hey Tracy, how we feeling?
Blessed and grateful.
Feeling good, but not too hot. Need
No.
some water.
I just witnessed one of our homeless clients come up to Tracy and give her first ever published poem. This woman that lives out here is a super, talented and passionate poet, and she has a whole journal full of poems. And this is her first published poem that she wanted to print out and give to Tracy as a special gift.
Wow.
Aww,
That's cool.
how amazing. Priceless gifts of doing outreach with our unhoused neighbors. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, that was awesome.
So like that woman we were talking to, me and Rob, and we got to access this system called HMIS, the Homeless Management Information System. So for someone watching that doesn't know, if you're a service provider like a social worker out in Sacramento or different cities in the country, you get access to this like HIPAA compliant database, and you get to update people's phone numbers or give them like assessments to make them eligible for shelter, and then make referrals from there. And it really helps us because like now we just updated her phone number, and now we can reach out and make a referral to a case manager, and they'll be able to get in touch with her because me and Rob ran into her. So cool that we get to do that. And then she might want to come into our shelter at Hope Cooperative too. So I'll be working with her and getting her off, hopefully into some shelter and stuff.
So she got reconnected.
Exactly. Yeah. So just these little interactions out here, you never know what's going to come of it. It's pretty awesome.
Excellent collaboration. Woo-hoo-wee!
Yeah, there's a lot of great work y'all did, and the connections, just the little interactions, getting people reconnected.
Yep.
Cool. Thank
You
you.
never know what you're going to run into each day.
Yeah.
I think that's a big role or responsibility that DCR is, as well as Hope Cooperative has in the CAS system and working with homeless services, is we try to triage people. So getting them reconnected to programs, case managers, and projects that they're already working with, or connect them to where they need.
Bye!
So where are we headed today?
So we're going back to Arcade Creek, which has been our project site for the last month or so. We've been doing move-ins throughout the week, and one of the people we're going to go pick up right now is one of our participants. So
Nice.
yeah, she's moving in today. Take at least 2 hours, if not like 3, depending on how much the person has, like how well packed they are. And then we have to like transport them over there and then unload the stuff. They have to sign a lease, get all that stuff done. But there's so much coordination because then we have to find the units, and then we have to schedule them with different landlords. So then find out times that work for those landlords, and that's hard to like figure out times that work so that we have enough time between move-ins and all that. So.
As you're probably already thinking, the Streets to Housing program is very complex to coordinate. Here's Axel from the Office of Innovation and Economic Development to tell us more about what they do for the project.
One of the biggest pieces of this effort is trying to coordinate getting these people from the street into housing. My name is Axel Magallanes. I'm a housing analyst with our Office of Innovation and Economic Development, and I help support our housing unit with various admin and programmatic projects. So at 1 o'clock every single day, someone from each phase of the project is joining this daily brief to discuss each client on our by name list. And we go line by line discussing what each person needs to get into housing. So we've got folks from outreach on the call, we have folks from case management on the call, case management supervision's also on the call. This is really how we're all staying in communication and making sure that everything gets taken care of. Emma, any updates on Angel and a bed delivery for them?
Angel, yes. I saw Angel today, and I emailed Bedco and asked if they had time today to deliver, and they said between 11 and noon. So it should have been dropped off. I haven't gotten any update from client or Bedco, but yeah.
Yeah, we got an email from Bedco saying that they pulled it off.
When we first start at a site, basically we start with this list. We're going person by person. Do they need an ID? Do they need a social security card? And then coordinating that, making sure that we're scheduling an appointment for them to get to the DMV. Outreach will take folks to the DMV. There are documents and different assessments that people need in our HMIS system, and making sure that those things are getting taken care of before we move on to the next step and talking about housing and those pieces. Once we have all the docs, or we'll say they're doc ready, we'll work on getting them a housing application or like a general housing application, and discussing where do these people want to be, and going person by person and notating what area people want to be in, do they want to be in South Sacramento? Do they want to be in North Sacramento in an apartment, or, different options, different kinds of housing?
I'm Teli. I work with Community Health Works, and I'm the landlord liaison. So my role is to find the housing that will work with our program and overlook certain issues or barriers that our clients might have as far as credit, lack of rental history, lack of income, and things like that. So my job is to find the housing, keep relationships with the landlords, negotiate rents, make sure the leases are correct, and make sure that the landlords are paid correctly. You'd be surprised at how many people I come into contact with that are landlords or property owners that they have formerly been homeless themselves. And so they do want to help, and they're eager to give back to the community, and a lot of times they just want their rent paid, and that's what's beneficial to them. So they like our program, and they like to work with us and other programs too.
Hi. So we're back at Arcade Creek at one of the encampments. And here's Sherry, the participant that will be moving in today.
Yeah, I got my dog.
You got your dog? Okay. And
Yeah.
you have your ESA letter?
Not with me.
Not with you? That's fine.
These guys, Shannon has
I think
it.
it's scanned.
Yeah.
ESA stands for Emotional Support Animal. A lot of participants in the Streets to Housing program have pets. Getting an ESA letter is important to help with the barrier to housing.
No. They didn't bring my insulin needles for me yet.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, Daddy, scoot over.
How old is Jack Jack?
He's 90 years old.
90.
90?
Yeah.
Is that in human years?
No, it's just dog years.
Dog year, okay.
And he's 13 in human years.
Oh, 13, okay.
Yeah, he's 13 in
He's
human years.
old.
Yeah,
Doing
he's very old.
Oh, you've always growled at me. I've been so scared of you. And you're just sweet. I should just put 4-wheel drive on.
I've been waiting for 4 years to get a place out here.
So what are you looking forward to doing in your new place?
Be able to take a bath.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I gotta get him on that too.
Oh, Jack Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have 12 months to kind of work on their different barriers, and it sounds like a lot of time, and it isn't. But we have really good case managers that help people in any area they need. So if they need to be connected to mental health or primary care physician, if they need income, they need help with their resume, finding a job, they do all of that.
My name is Shannon Jennings. I work with Community Health Works, and I am so glad to be doing this purposed work to help humanity get to a better place. This work was not what I intended to do 4 years ago, but I guess God had different plans for me, and I'm all in. Okay, come on, let's go, Miss Sherry.
Okay.
Woodward, let's roll. These are yours.
Okay.
Your bus passes so you're not stuck.
Okay.
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 This is a move-in inspection sheet. I know we did an inspection already,
Right.
but this is just kind of for you to mark anything that you see, just if you want to let us know.
I do inspect every unit before the tenant moves in because I need to make sure that it's habitable. So I'm making sure that there's working smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, the hot water works, the heater, the air conditioners work, all the windows lock, and everything is working properly. And if there's any issues with a client and a tenant, the landlords will come to me first, and they will tell me about it, and then I will, with the case manager, address that with the client. So the case managers do the bulk of that work, but sometimes we have to kind of come up with a solution to keep them in, because we don't want anyone evicted, and honestly, landlords don't want to evict anybody either.
This your card?
Yes, that'll be my card.
Pronounce your name for me?
Jaylee.
Jaylee is her name.
Jaylee.
Yes.
Jaylee.
You keep
Yes.
that card. I will put it on the refrigerator and the magnet.
Yes. Okay. And then one amenity key, and then a mailbox key.
Okay.
All right.
Yay! It's a nice apartment.
It's beautiful. When I come next week, I'll kick it with you for a minute, and we can
Okay.
kind of canvass the neighborhood on foot, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The whole concept of rapid rehousing is that you can't work on these things when you're on the street because you're in survival mode. The entire time you're trying to survive day to day, minute to minute. So when you have a home to be in, you can shower, you can relax, you're safe, hopefully, and like you can work on all those things, and you can start to concentrate on the other things that you need to work on.
Okay, before we show you what's in this blue bin, these are called move-in kits. Move-in kits are provided by Assistance League of Sacramento, and every street to housing participant gets a move-in kit once they get into their new place. Here's Axel from OID to tell us more about it.
We're here to pick up some move-in kits from the Assistance League for the folks that are participating in our ERF Street to Housing program. How are you?
Good.
Hi. Are you our spokesperson for the bins?
Well, Carol and I can be.
Yeah, and you know what? You need to have an apron on.
Okay. Okay.
I'm Carol Walker, and I am a member of Assistance League of Sacramento. We have been a chapter in Sacramento for 56 years, and one of our programs is Reaching Out, and that is the program where we put together these blue bins for people who are moving into their permanent housing.
We discuss with the programs, I think, what they feel like people need, right?
Exactly. We talk to our agencies and ask for their feedback on what they would like to see in the bins.
So you can see these shelves all over. And so what we do is we have our list and we divide it up and we go to various kinds of stores in the community and then we store things here. So you can see the kinds of things. We have 2 storerooms here. We take really nice merchandise and make sure there's nothing stained or torn. And we also do pass things along to other stores and the other organizations.
Other nonprofits. What we don't use in our store, we have a program called Waste Not, so that anything that comes in our back door as a donation ends up somewhere here in the Sacramento County. And we appreciate what you do.
Big appreciation circle.
Yeah.
Okay, there. Now you know everything you need to know about Assistance League and the move-in kits. Let's see what's inside. Wow, welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
What else you got in there?
Some good stuff.
Calendar.
A nice calendar. Some towels. And you can come check it out.
It's so clean.
Has it hit you yet that this is your place?
No, not yet.
Crazy, right?
Do you want to call the manager and let her know we have the beeping alarm and have them come check it? What do you want to do?
Yeah. We'll go home now. We'll go home.
It's your new home?
Yeah. Cool. Come on, Daddy. See, we got put them out there, Daddy.
Yeah, look at that.
See?
Still on the ground?
Forget to wipe your feet. The welcome mat. Okay, what's happening now?
They're delivering her bed right now.
Oh, nice. Good timing.
Yeah, it's perfect timing.
It takes some people a little bit of adjustment time to get used to living indoors again and following rules and living around other people. So sometimes we do have to go back and say, hey, you can't have people staying in your apartment that are on your lease, full time, or you can't leave your stuff outside. You can't leave your garbage on your doorstep. You need to take it to the dumpster. So a lot of times it's just kind of readjusting to living indoors, and they need to kind of relearn those behaviors.
It sounds like from what she's shared with us, she's been through a lot of really traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
And so I think it's great that now she has like a caseworker like Shannon who's going to provide her with that support for the next year, get her the services that she needs.
So I love it when case managers will tell me this person found a job, they got connected to mental health, they are doing this, and so it's really good to hear about the growth that people have and the successes that they have too, and not just the, hey, you need to get your stuff off your patio, or not just the corrective behavior, but also the wins, because a lot of people do really well.
This today is the second move-in of the day. This is success. This is what the results of this program are, and I'm excited to see the results of our case management as it relates to the clients that we have housed.
I think also just for seeing a woman getting inside, having a safe place where she can lock her door,
Right.
that feels like a win for me too. Especially her sharing that there was someone outside.
Just last night?
Yeah, just last
Dang.
night, someone lurking outside, and I'm glad she has a door she can lock tonight,
Yeah.
I just think this is a great program. I've never seen anything like it. There's other rapid rehousing programs that are similar, other programs that are similar, do similar things, but this Street to Housing program is the best one I've seen as far as the support that it gives people to change their lives and to get their lives together.
I'm not there for all of the move-ins that we do, and we have outreach and case management there. We'll take photos of people when they get their keys or, after they've signed their lease. And so it's great to see just the look on people's faces when they're in their house, and they're sort of you can see sometimes on their face, they're just taking in being in their own home, and you can sort of see that feeling on their face. And it's rewarding to see, that these are the people that we're sort of reading through and talking about every day. And it's good to see that they're safe, under a roof.
In our world of homelessness and trying to solve homelessness, there is no best practices. We're learning the best practices as we go, and it is iterative. We are constantly changing. We're constantly trying to improve. We're looking at what programs were effective. We are looking at programs that were effective in certain areas and less effective in others, and how do we shore up those areas of opportunity.
I think the Street to Housing program is really unique in that we are able to offer housing to people living in encampments in a very short time. It's rare that we have the opportunity to bring that resource to people. And I think, at first people are a little bit unsure, is this real, is this not real? And, as we look at the list of housing that's available and we are moving them into housing in a matter of days and weeks, not months and years, it's really bringing hope back to people that they're not going to be stuck out on the street, and that there is a place for them to be warm, to be dry, to live in their own home. Do I sleep well at night? No. It's hard in the wintertime, especially when I know there's so many people still out on the street. Our pilot program was only for 100 households, and we just exceeded that with 102 households. There were families with babies. There were a lot of elderly people who were living in these encampments that we got into housing, so it makes me feel good that we were able to really reach some of our really chronically homeless, vulnerable people who were living on the street. But there are still hundreds more people out there, and our work is not done.
Love is supposed to last days, as it never fades with age. Hearts unfold as days grow cold, with futures untold, as friendships are never ending, as this one is depending, when stories are sold, with happily ever after as endings. Now glory is older, as truth be told, not so bold. Always together is a pain, built with the shame of the blame. Talking is now done in a bottle ring filled up with arguing. Ding, ding. Winning is really pending as the first round is ending. It's ending? Written by Mary Week.